Welcome to our Fall 2024 League of Legends Championship. We have FC versus Scribner.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, guys.
Right, we just saw a crazy comeback from Scribner. We don't really know what happened on FC's side, but it seemed to go really well for them.
Okay. Did you talk players at all? Actual player names?
Yes. Okay. So, going through the player names, I'll go ahead and give you the names again. We have I'm really bad, who is Ivan Colazzo, a 12th grader in mid. Um, Fujin as Garrett Gill, a junior who is the 80 carry. Their jungler is Candle, Logan Hurian, a junior as well. And then their support laner is Midnight 838, April Schellenberg, also a junior. And then their top laner is Adept Tank Hector Garcia, a 10th grader.
And for Falls City, we have FCT Age Boat with Ethan Bowright in 12th grade in his mid. And we have Dustin Stillen, 12th grade, who's their top laner. And we have FCT Swedish Fish, whose name is Peyton Brown, an 11th grader, who's their jungler. Royce Capek is the 10th grader, who's their support. And Toothless Camden Hubbard is an 8th grader, who's their ADC.
Okay, so it looks like they accidentally started a blind pick instead of a tournament draft. And so we just are going to remake this lobby really quick and get right back into those picks and bans. Okay, so starting up here, we've got our bans. We're going to see what they decide to prioritize.
Understood.
Shin.
Eventually.
Wonder if they're worried about the 80 carry here, or if it's just a one trick.
Ooh, Vigar.
Okay, it's a very safe ban here. Vigar can definitely swing the game. Okay, a response with either a mid or support ban.
Ooh, Fiora.
That is a top lane champ that you do not want to play against.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like either teams are particularly banning out one player. They're just going for the overall.
Ooh, we did just see the top laner play Alawi, so maybe they're a bit scared of that.
Definitely. That Alawi swung the game. First pick on the Aurelion Soul. Last time it got banned in the second round, and it looks like it is their main, so
Yep.
they want that this time.
Taking it away from the other team. Yes.
Right, get our Jinx pick first. I wonder if they're just gonna pick their bot lane again. Yes. Looks like Jinx Sona is their go-to lane here.
And that was pretty scary last game. So.
Yes, it definitely ended out working out for them. Got the set hover here. They would be blind picking their top lane. And usually when you pick your jungle and top lane, you're going to want to pick your jungle with that. So I wonder if they're going to pick that here. Unless they have a priority pick from the bot lane that they want. Given that they already know the enemy bot lane, Jinx Sona. All right, there it is. The Chisana pick.
Ooh, that's going to be really strong, especially in those side lanes. They can take turns really quickly.
Yes, they've got some really heavy hitters here. There's the Amumu again. That absolutely wreaked havoc in the last game. Alright, Maokai is the support here, I believe, that they're banning.
It's your funeral.
Alright, banning that Yorick again. Happened last game too.
It's kind of similar to the Alawi, just really take over a game.
Yes, and then they banned the
Lame.
Rakan. Final ban on the Vel'Koz. That is definitely, it was big last game. So it looks like they picked the Aurelion Soul from the mid laner and then banned the Vel'Koz, which was the backup last game. So I'm gonna see how they respond with an Ahri pick. I wonder if they have a lot of experience on that.
Ahri can be really good for some roams, and I know that they played good
Yes.
top side last game. I wonder if they're going to kind of use that strategy again.
Definitely a possibility here. And so they took the Jarvan for jungle, it looks like. Could be able to outduel the Amumu potentially. Okay, that's probably Poppy support. And then Oran top. Alright. While we wait for this loadout and the spectator delay, we have about 3 to 4 minutes. We're just going to go through the matchups here. First up, we have the Mordekaiser and the Ornn. That is, I don't know a lot about this matchup, but Ornn is a pure tank, whereas Mordekaiser is looking more for the bruiser and damage. So he's probably going to look to poke the Ornn out early game, while Ornn still doesn't have very much health. Then we have our jungle here, Amumu. Definitely, we saw last game, he put in the work and he made a big impact on his team fights, especially landing those bandages and ults. With the mid laner just doing so much damage. So we're going to see if Ahri is a pick where our mid laner can also do the damage there. Into Aurelion Soul, which Aurelion Soul does infinitely scale. Tristana also scales very well. But on the other side, Ornn equally scales well, with his passive being able to buff his team's items. So we're going to see how this shakes out with Aurelion Soul infinite scale. So if the game goes long enough, it could get bad for them.
Yeah, but I think the Ahri will have an advantage in the landing phase against Aurelion Soul.
Definitely during laning phase. He's weak early.
And then especially if Jarvan comes in for some early ganks.
Yes, they could decide. Depending on what the junglers decide to do, they both seem like they have the potential to be very gank heavy champions. They could just go for one particular lane where they're just going to get them super powerful, or they could decide to roam around and go for objectives and fights. We'll have to see how they decide to play that.
Yeah. And I think the Tristana?
Tristana.
Yep. And Poppy bot lane can be really volatile. Well, that should be interesting.
Yes, that is an insane lane. Poppy support is very powerful. The engage, the knockbacks. But again, this is a hard engage, whereas Sona and Jinx are just disengage and peel, which worked very well from them last game. We'll see how Tristana and Poppy play the early game.
What do? We have one player that's completely froze.
And I just think that the Scribner might have a better team fight capabilities, just like last game with the Ornn ults, Amumu ults, Sona ults.
And Ari's able to
yes,
just dash around to the back line.
with Jinx being able to just pump out constant damage.
They're definitely just looking for that one pick, and then everything just goes downhill from there.
But I do think Fall City has a really good team for just catching people that are out of position.
Definitely. Especially with Aurelion's mobility through walls and Tristana's jump. We have Poppy. Could be huge here with her ability to throw people out of the fight. If she's able to like take the Amumu out before he can ult, or Ari if she's going for the Tristana, that could change an entire fight. So we'll have to see how they decide to do that.
Yes, and Poppy also has that ability with her ults. She can just completely change the outcome of a fight.
Yes, depending on how she lands that. And it depends because people could start to watch out for that and just not engage until it happens. So we'll have to see how they decide to play this.
I'm kind of interested to see how the Mordekaiser will play with their team comp.
Yes, he definitely doesn't play quite as well into the team fighting comp, but unless they're aiming to take out the biggest targets, Mordekaiser can ult one of the most dangerous people, whether that be the Ari or the Jinx or the Amumu, whoever it ends up being. He can just take them out of the fight while Poppy ults the other people. So they could have some really good combos with that.
Yeah. And it also kind of depends on if they're going to play bot side or top side.
Yes. It does look like we're having some technical issues here, trying to load in.
But I'm sure it'll be fixed soon.
Yes, hopefully the internet issues aren't coming back.
I also noticed that Sona has exhaust, which can just completely shut down Tristana if she jumps in.
Yes, Tristana also took exhaust rather than barrier or heal like AD carries usually do. So that could be big if she jumps in on the Jinx. Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying to reconnect here. There's something odd happening.
Okay, do it again.
Oh crap.
So we had a quick pause as she's trying. Yeah. Joining the wrong game. What do we got going on here?
It's the wrong people.
We should have just spectated the other game. This one's not even exciting. These guys are like locked in this weird screen. So we had a computer basically lock up, and this is what we have. So we're going to take a quick break as we are trying to figure out to get this other player in.
Fortunately, we don't have to wait for the spectator delay again.
True, because they're paused, right? Is that where we're at?
I think we'll just catch up to where they're at. So it looks like one player, looks like Sona. Champions, if they are disconnected, they will spawn into Fountain right here in the circle. So she is not there.
Yeah. Been here before.
It looks like they all disconnected after that. Right now, the game is currently paused as we're trying to figure out what's happening there. And we'll just wait and see what happens.
Your base is that way. Go cower in it.
So it looks like people are disconnecting from the game, and we are going to go ahead and restart that.
Yeah, basically we're just gonna
They're
do
just
the
gonna
exact same characters, and we're
blind
gonna
pick
go
and
right
make
back
sure
into
they
it.
have everything the same. A quick reset as we go back into this game. They'll just double check that they have everything the same as they did the first time, and we'll hope that the technology holds out this time.
Bit unfortunate, but at least we weren't too far into the game.
Yes. And we do have to wait for the spectator delay again. We have our matchups just the same. Um, it does look like Ari is still probably going to be Scribner's their player they're relying on to do most of their damage, with Jinx as a quick backup.
Yeah, especially in the late game, Jinx can just scale safe.
Laning phase is going to be a big gamble, though, for our bot lane here. Tristana and Poppy versus Jinx and Sona. If Tristana and Poppy can get an early lead, they have such a hard engage that they can snowball that really quickly. Yes, but Tristana is weaker early, and she scales really hard. So
Yeah.
see how their late game impacts as well.
Not as like straightforward CC as Scrivener, so they're gonna have some good communication with that.
Definitely. They're going to have to coordinate really well. Jarvan's their biggest engage here with the Poppy as a quick follow-up.
Yeah, his ult makes this cage which traps everyone who's inside of it, and they can't go through it. It's really hard.
It's really hard to avoid. Only way out is to flash, really.
But if you mistime it, it can also hurt your own team.
Yes. Because allies are also trapped inside of it. They could, we are kind of assuming here that they're going for team fight because neither is really suited for split pushing. But it is possible they could send the Tristana, Mord, or Aurelion Soul into their side lanes and just have them do a 1-3-1, which is where 2 people are pushing top and bot, and then the other 3 players are in mid. And we'd have to make sure that Scrivener would have to be careful to not get caught there, because that is a very, very deadly combo for split pushing.
With some good macro decisions, it could be anybody's game, really.
Yes. Definitely laning phase will have a huge impact on how these lanes go. Like if Arya is able to punish Aurelion Soul for being weaker early and gain that lead early. Okay, we go straight into our match here.
And it looks like Jarvan's starting blue side.
Yes. Okay, everyone's watching their exits just like normal. Mordekaiser could run into Ornn here. Looks like he sees him. Got a ward down. Ornn can't kill it. He's standing on vision. Ahri rotates up to potentially look to do something with that. Got 2 people here.
Doesn't really look like an invade's being threatened.
Definitely not. They're just all watching carefully. No one's going in.
Seems like there's going to be no early game fiascos.
Yes. No level 1 craziness. Well,
Or maybe not,
Aurelion Sol
actually.
walks up to fight the Ahri, takes a full combo.
Electroboot proc does a lot of damage.
He can't win this
The
early game.
ward,
He
ooh.
took all of her abilities plus
And-
electrocute. That is a very bad start. Getting into lane at almost 0 health here. That's very unlucky.
Yeah. It's really good kiting and that vision control
Yes,
with Aerie.
Ahri definitely played that very well. She's looking for a lot more damage on
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
She's
she
just
can't really
punishing
be
her.
punishing for that.
She is, however, about the same amount of health here, though, with him. She's
Yeah.
using pots to catch up, but
The
she
minion
doesn't
aggro.
have the full engage. Yes, the minions definitely did her a lot of damage to her. Mordekaiser looking for a fight while he has level 2 on the Ornn, but he
And
unfortunately
looks like they got level 2
Tristana
and they're going
engaging
straight
hard.
for it, which turns out really
very
well for
good
them.
level 2 punish on the Tristana's part. It's exactly what we're looking for with advantages that the Tristana can snowball in this laning phase. Unfortunately, they are pushing in though, so Poppy can't do much. Can't engage under tower so early leveled. Mordekaiser's kind of stuck here. He wants to push this wave in probably, but he can't fast enough this early.
Was able to get the cannon, so that's good.
Yes, always wants to get the cannon. Aurelion Sol at this point is just looking to not die and get as many stacks as he can. He's taking a lot of poke from this Ahri. Amazing engage
Ooh,
with
that
the Ornn.
is really good.
Pushing that Mordekaiser off and potentially gaining a freeze because he has the perfect minion amount to do it. We'll see if he decides to do that or just clear it out. Amumu is up top side while Mord is stuck there and Jarvan is nowhere near to help. We'll see if he goes for something.
It looks like he's actually positioning for a gank here with the Aurelion Sol teleport.
Mordekaiser is very far
Ooh,
up there.
this could be
Jarvan
interesting.
going for the Ahri. Amazing
yeah.
knock-up. And
And
Ahri
nice,
flash.
and it should be a kill.
Unfortunately,
but
Aurelion Sol's flash just barely wasn't able to kill her, and he was stuck under tower for just too long, taking enough hits and dying, unfortunately. It
That's-
was a good try,
yeah.
but they were just caught.
that's going to cause the lane phase to get pretty
Yes.
hard here.
And Ahri can teleport back. Was a very big setback. Aurelion Sol had already used his teleport. Ornn played that vision very well over here.
Oh,
and
and
Amumu was
here
coming in.
too?
Mordekaiser dodging the bandage throw with a flash, but
Oh,
Amumu
but he
has
hits
another
him
one.
again.
He's just going to keep going. He doesn't have another bandage, but he doesn't need to if he can just run him down. And
Hi, that was
Ornn
perfect.
lands the rock ability.
So far
at the
looking
end.
in Scribner's favor.
Okay, so here we can see Ornn is up on farm to the Mordekaiser as well as a kill. Jarvan is ahead of farm on the Amumu, but Amumu did get an assist. Ahri and Aurelion Sol are dead even. With something happening right now, Jarvan looking for it, but Ahri just runs away. Amumu is here, but I don't think they're looking for a fight. And then back in bot lane, we have Tristana just a little bit over farm in to the Jinx. Ahri looking for the Jarvan. Jarvan tries to respond, but misses that unfortunately. He dodges the several of Ahri's abilities, but still takes a lot of damage. Tristana is here looking to fight this Amumu. He just tries to run away, but Tristana gets her jump reset from her bomb.
And that's
Is
great.
not
That's
able
his
to catch
flash.
him, but Amumu flashes.
He's chunked quite a lot, and now they're going to move down to the dragon.
And they get an almost free dragon with Amumu having to back under bot tower. 4 people here, and Ahri cannot rotate because mid is pushed in.
And Mordekaiser pushed back up topside, which
Yes.
might have been a mistake.
Might have been a mistake. Luckily, he won't be ganked again like last time because he saw Amumu down bot. But Amumu does look to be heading up here. They could be playing top for the strong side with the Void Grubs again. His team is pinging the Mordekaiser back in warning because the Amumu could be coming.
Yeah, it's for that Void Grubs.
Looks like Mordekaiser is going to ward it just as Amumu's arriving.
This could be a collapse here.
Amumu did see the ward before he went in, so Ornn is collapsing on the Mordekaiser, who is stuck between the two. Jarvan is on his way. No, he stopped at blue. Aurelion Sol is also coming up. He's going to be there before, and Amumu does not have his flash, so you remember, the stun does not hit the Amumu because they're inside Mordekaiser ult. Mordekaiser just trying to kill the Amumu. Jarvan kills him as soon as they come out of the Mordekaiser ult. Ahri can't do anything here because her team has already left. Sona's trying to come up. No one's coming to help the Aurelion Sol, but everyone's just barely too late to reach this fight for red side, and Ornn just left to push top. So blue takes all 3 grubs.
Blue's doing really good with objectives this game, even though they
Yes.
are a bit behind on gold.
They covered the dragon and the grubs. We'll see how that affects the late game.
I do know that Jinx is alone. They could try to go for something a bit crazy here.
Yes, Ari misses a charm. Aurelion Sol's not able to go in though. He doesn't have his ult either. He's taking a lot of poke damage, so this is pretty risky here. Her ult may be able to get an ult and engage and kill him.
Yeah, the Aurelion Sol really, his win con in this game is to just be as safe as possible and
Yes, last as long as possible and try not to die. Looks like Ornn is zoning Mordekaiser off of the wave, or perhaps he's just warding. But he's not contesting this wave up here.
we got some early Merc Tread buys on Ornn and Amumu.
Yes, definitely magic resist is the name of the game for the Mordekaiser and Aurelion Sol. However, Tristana and Jarvan have plenty of damage to deal out both, especially if Jarvan's going his damage build, which it's too early to tell right now, but it looks like that could be what's happening.
Everything seems pretty stable. Bot is pushing and mid is pushing. And top is also pushing towards red side.
Yes. Clears that wave really fast now. She's got her Amumu with her, and Jarvan's not in a position, but it doesn't look like any fights happening mid.
Mord is taking his recall after he crashed a wave.
I don't know if it
Bit
fully
risky.
crashed. Oh no, the casters walked under tower range. They were all about to not, but they did go in.
Yes, that's good.
Blue team took an almost complete reset with all their lanes except for mid lane, so they're going to be coming back stronger. Both teams are about dead even in gold right here. We can see 13.1 and 13.2k.
Red has great vision control over bot river.
Definitely, although two control wards are clashing. Jarvan looks for an engage but gets charmed. He missed his stun, so they can't reach him. Aurelion Sol's too far behind and got caught behind the minions and wasn't able to go in there.
Sorry,
Jarvan
husband.
could get caught here. Ari ults to get out, but Jarvan ults with his own counter. It hits the Amumu, letting the Jarvan flash out. Jinx ult missed, but the Amumu landed an amazing bandage, and Jarvan, they all
Yeah.
got caught.
This is what we've seen from them last game with the Amumu ult into the Sona ult, and it's just unstoppable.
It's unstoppable. Their collapses are also really good. Bot lane is just trying to push, but I don't know if they're going to get enough from that for what they lost in mid lane.
It looks like they're going to be posturing for a Void Grubs take, and it looks like blue side is also doing the same thing.
Yes, definitely. Doesn't look like Dragon is their first priority here. Bot lane did get a plate and a lot of waves. Bot lane, red side bot lane lost about a wave and a half from that. As you can see in the farm here, Tristana's got a bit more than Jinx.
Yeah, and even though they're down 3 kills, their farm has just been really good, and it's pretty much even in gold.
Yes. Still about even.
Jarvan has made it to
Blue
Grubs
has
first.
early control of the Grubs, but Ari is leaving for bot lane. They cannot, Red cannot contest this without Ari. So that's just going to give Blue all the Void Grubs, I think.
Yeah, Ari went for a half roam to get some maybe vision on Dragon Pit.
It was just
but
a
that
little
does throw the...
really bad timing.
Yes.
Unlucky for Red side.
And that means both teams have gotten 3 Grubs.
However,
so it's
Red
quite
did
even.
turn around and get the Dragon with that, so they didn't lose completely. They rather traded an objective.
Again, it's been pretty even this game.
Definitely.
It's just a matter of time
For how the scale is going to shake out with Tristana, Aurelion Sol, and Ornn.
Yes, Ari actually already has her item, which is a big power spike.
amazing charm on her part. Jarvan comes behind her, though. She has ult. She has 2 more dashes. Jarvan knocks her up. She has 1 more
Ooh,
dash.
and the
She
stun.
dodges, but she can't quite reach him. She has no more dashes left. A void
Oh, that was
amazing
great.
cue on Jarvan's part. Unfortunately, a void grub spawned right next to Jarvan because of the void grubs and blocked the Ari charm, preventing that from killing the Jarvan.
What a great play.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
And we can see
played.
that Jarvan and Aurelion Sol ult combo is really strong.
Yes, they were able to catch the Ari despite her 3 ults charges.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarvan does seem to be focusing mid here. We've seen him gank 2 or 3 times. And this is the first time it's been resulting in a kill, but definitely a lot of pressure and attention being diverted mid.
Yeah. Bot
Mordekaiser
side
could be
is
looking for something here.
playing very passive right
Goes.
now.
He's ulting the Ornn, but Ornn can just walk back into tower range. Mordekaiser
Ooh,
doesn't
be
want to
careful.
fight him. He's just waiting out the mortal. Ornn
Oh.
flash. Mordekaiser shields a turret shot, and that is that. Amumu is right below him, and it looks like Ari is also coming up, so he needs to get out of there really fast.
His team is pinging him really hard,
But
but
he is stuck.
actually
He
too
doesn't have
late.
ult. He probably can't dodge this. Ornn is coming in. Amumu ult. Ornn ult. Oh,
Oh.
they might have backed out too early. Ari had to burn her ult for that. Another minion blocked Ari's charm.
but now they can just fight.
Ari's
for
ult is down,
what?
so they are looking good. Poppy is here for this fight. They know she is, but that doesn't mean they don't still have the advantage. With no ult on Amumu, Ornn, or Ari, they just cannot fight this Herald. Yet again, blue side will take the top objective.
Yeah, it's just really even game right now. But one of my biggest concerns is how the Tristana has not been able to really snowball in the bot lane.
She is alone right now, though. It looks like
Yeah.
support is just going for the team pressure. Jarvan looking to fight, but Ornn just leaves
Yeah.
peacefully. Doesn't quite reach him. Poppy is staying up here for a long time. She trusted Tristana to stay alive, I guess. Jinx and Sona are not going to kill this Tristana with the pressure Poppy's creating. They're just letting her exist down in the bot lane, and that might come back to bite them. With
Yeah.
Poppy just being able to roam freely.
Both these bot laners are just being able to scale pretty much for free, and
Yes.
we'll see how that turns out.
Aurelion Soul Scale is also going pretty well. We can't see their exact stacks, but we do know that his farm has been pretty decent, and he's keeping up for the most part. Although he does not have an item yet, as opposed to Ari. Bot lane is dead even with almost exact farm, and they both have the same amount of items, 1 item and their Doran's Blade.
We see Ari is recalling, so they do have a timer to try to approach something.
Yes, and Jarvan still has his Rift Herald that they took. Poppy clearing vision, very good. Don't see anything else happening. Everything's kind of calmed down for a bit as they all reset by. They're looking for the next fight. Dragon is the next objective, but it's not up for a bit.
Yeah. But it is sort of in Red Side's favor as of now because just how their vision is.
Yes. Looks like Mordekai's... Oh, a fight
Ooh.
breaks out. Amumu ult. They catch the Poppy out. They're trying to get on the Jinx, but Jarvan gets onto their backline. He gets stunned. Ari is coming in. The charm hits the Jarvan.
Ooh,
She's
nice
going for the
knockup.
Jarvan. Jarvan is stuck. They can't finish off any of these people. Aurelion still
Ooh.
gets 2 of them. Ari still has a lot of ult charges. They need to get out. And Aurelion Sol was able to finish off a couple of them. But overall, that was... I think that was a win for the red team. Ari can kill him here
Ooh.
with her ults.
Yes, that's
He's
gonna
looking for the
cause-
Amumu, but not quite.
And now they're going to take the
Mordekaiser.
drag for that.
Probably. No, Ari can't do
actually,
it on her own.
no,
Amumu
yeah.
doesn't look like he's rotating up to help. He's just waiting in that bush. Maybe he forgot to start his recall. Oh, or the recall animation just wasn't showing.
Okay,
He made it back to base.
magically.
Yes, and it looks like Jarvan is taking the dragon here. Ornn gets 3 minions. He could start a freeze here. Mordekaiser can't really do anything about that.
Yeah, and I think this could be a fight over here for the dragon.
Okay, looks like Amumu is here. Poppy is there with the Jarvan, who can deal a lot of damage if Poppy can keep them off.
Looks like they're getting
Tristana is
flanked
not
by a
rotating.
lot.
The bot lane gets caught. Jarvan is out. Poppy is all alone right here. Is she going to get picked off? They don't manage to land that. Jarvan is looking to go in, but the Aurelion Soul is right behind him. Tristana is on her way. They're looking for the Jinx, but the Ahri is a really big problem. The red team actually manages to finish off the dragon that blue team started, and they get that to create their second dragon.
Yes.
Okay, Ahri and Amumu are definitely the biggest threats. We'll see what happens with Jinx, but because she's so even with Tristana, almost exactly in items, it's really going to be more of the mid lane and jungle here.
And Mordekaiser comes down.
Hits by a charm. Ahri's running towards her Amumu. Nothing Mordekaiser can do there. Just gonna go back up to his top lane, which he is getting frozen off of a bunch of waves, but not much is happening there. Ornn is just going straight magic resist with his Force of Natures and Murktread boots. So this is really not looking good for Mord if he's going his full magic. He won't be able to do anything to the Ornn later. They're going to have to rely on their Jarvan and Tristana to do the damage to them.
Yeah, that's just going to be really frustrating to lane against.
Yes. Yes, as we can see, it doesn't do quite a lot. The Herald is being spawned top here. We're going to see if they take multiple towers or just one. Ornn is not able to ult because of the knockup from the Herald, but because he knocked him up also means that they weren't able to hit the tower with the Herald, and that's just unlucky. Mordekaiser are taking a lot of tower shots here. Amumu and Ahri are rotating up. They need to get out of here. Mordekaiser is in a lot of trouble. Ahri is on his way. He just has to run for his life, but there's not much he can do with 3 people closing in on him. Ahri chooses to ult, and that is her ult down, but a kill from the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
So Aurelion Sol pushed that really well. He did basically everything that he could there. Just push and hope she can lose a little bit from that. But 5-1. She's got a very commanding lead, as well as the Amumu, who is fighting the Jarvan right now. He ults to stop the Amumu from being able to leave. Aurelion Sol comes in. He's just trapped, and they manage to kill him. Amazing Jarvan ult. It's trapping him from right before he could reach that berry.
And that's great for the Aurelion Sol, who we really want to see scale this game.
Yes. They are relying almost entirely on the soul. As we can see, Ornn has already upgraded his Force of Nature. He will have so much magic resist. They are really relying on their AD champs here.
We're actually starting to see Jinx get an item advantage over the Tristana.
Yes, she pulled over a little bit. Looks like Tristana had a death. Don't know if we exactly saw that, but Sona somehow ended up getting the kills, unfortunately. But they still did get that advantage. Tristana is, in fact, going Executioner's Calling, which means she's going some anti-heal. I don't know exactly why she's building that in. No one particularly on their team has a lot of heavy, healing, but it could be something she's planning on. It's true. Sona has her shield and heal. Could just be going for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do see that Aurelion Sol has his upgraded ultimate, so they want to be fighting somewhere.
Yes, Jarvan is looking for the Ahri, who I do not believe has vision there. She sees him. She probably has ult up, is looking to get out, and she finds that out.
She's on 2 items. There's nothing to do.
Her ult is down. They have that cooldown. They're looking to fight here.
Ooh,
The Jarvan ult just barely dodged it was very unlucky there. She could have ended up on either side of that wall, but she just got out. Aurelion Sol still has his big ult, but Amumu is here. They just want to get out, which they do. A very well played Jarvan thing into chickens.
Looks like there was a small scuffle bot side that we missed.
Yes. No one died. Mid tower falls. It was very low to begin with. It's like Tristana and Poppy could end up fighting here.
And Red just has really good vision control of those bot bushes, which makes it hard for the Poppy to just engage onto them.
Yes. So they're looking for the dragon here. Amumu is going to gank bot, but Jarvan is in the area. Looks like he's coming straight for that because he doesn't have any camps in the area. Looking for that dragon here. It is 4 champions from both sides. The bot lane, Ahri hasn't rotated down yet, but she can get there really fast with her ult if she needs to. Ahri is now coming down. The bot lane is trapped on the other side. It's kind of awkward positioning for blue team because Poppy's just on the other side of the pit. Jarvan goes in.
And
He steals the dragon.
oh my
Amazing
goodness.
steal.
And
They're
now we're
caught
gonna get
though,
his ult.
and I don't think they can win this fight. Red team teleports in with their Ornn, and they get
Ooh.
all of them, unfortunately. It was a very good Ornn teleport in. They completely wiped blue team, but that was an amazing dragon steal for the smite on Jarvan's part.
I think maybe if the Aurelion Sol could have used his ultimate just a bit sooner.
A little earlier, I
but
guess.
nothing we can do now.
Yes. Mordekaiser did get some stuff top for that. He doesn't have teleport, he has ignite, so he couldn't counter teleport.
Yeah.
And that was just about the best he could do here. Of course, no one is there yet. Looks like Ahri is teleporting to that to stop him because he was getting a lot. They get another mid tower here. Very unfortunate for blue team how that fight ended up going down. Interesting to see how they're going to decide to deal with the Ahri, who is a very big problem.
And Scribner is playing this a lot more macro focused with some really good pushes,
Yes.
and it's
Ahri ults,
Yes.
and it looks like Mordekaiser is looking to kill her, but can't quite reach her. Ahri is spacing this really well, and she's out. They both decide to back. As you can see, 4 people on Scribner's team have big shutdowns, especially on that Ahri. But now the bot lane, Jinx and Sona have gotten powerful. Ornn is going to be really difficult to kill, and just overall a very big problem. Get a tower bot, which is really good. Ornn is heading there for some reason. I wonder if they're switching up all their lanes. Ahri's going top, bot lane's going mid. See how blue team responds to this.
Yeah, this should be an interesting lane swap. Amumu,
Poppy could run into the Amumu here.
yeah. Amumu's upgraded his Abyssal's Mask, which is even more magic defense.
Yes, they're going heavy on the magic resist. Look like they're ready to play for the long game here, knowing that Aurelion Sol is going to be really big, depending on how long this match drags out. Ahri could probably ult and look for a kill here on the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, it just trunks him.
She chunks him out really well. If she hits one more round of spells, he could be in her kill range if she ults. She could be looking for that here.
And that W just dodging the E.
He's going to be in trouble. He's stuck here and doesn't really have a way around. And she lets him walk. She has vision on this bush. She doesn't want to be here. He can't quite fire with how low he is. But Aurelion Sol is on his way. So if he can bait her into a fight, she might just ult out though and decide to not fight it. And nothing ends up happening top with Ahri just backing out. Red team pushed mid lane out, which they're going to have to catch soon. And Jarvan is looking for that.
Blue team has vision around Dragon.
Poppy and Jarvan are looking near mid lane. Dragon's not spawning for another while, so they're just not able to get anything from being around there.
Yeah, they just need to focus on pushing the waves and maybe looking for a good team fight opportunity.
Definitely. Picks are going to be big here. If they can kill the Ahri, their team fight is going to be much, much more winnable. Based on how big Aurelion Sol's pool is, he's probably has a lot of stacks. Mordekaiser looking for the kill here. He dodged her charm earlier. She used all of her stacks on her ult.
And
His
this
ult's
is
gone.
looking like he gets a huge shutdown of the Ahri. That's
Amazing plays from the Mordekaiser there with that ignite. And Amumu is not able to kill that Mord. She flashed too, so that's a lot of Ahri stuff down. Now they can look for a play in the mid lane as Jarvan, Poppy, and Aurelion Sol move up, but the bot lane just backs out and they wait here on the ward that they don't know is there.
You know, it just seems so hopeless now.
Yes, they definitely want to get this dragon. We're going to see if they can secure it. Jarvan's smites seem really on point. 4 people are coming. It's going to be a 4v4 with Mordekaiser on his way. If they can stall the fight long enough, Mordekaiser will reach and it will be a 5v5, but Ahri has teleport.
I think it's possible for them to just
And it
get
looks
out
like
here.
no one fights. They decided, red team decided to not go in here.
We got a big top lane pushing in.
Definitely. Ahri's going to catch that. Looks like she's just kind of taken over split pushing top. Mordekaiser could potentially match her, which would definitely be beneficial for their team. Or they could just decide to... Ornn upgraded Ahri's item. This is going to be big. It's her Rabadon's death cap. Lots of magic damage here. You can see she clears the wave with one ability here.
I think the Ahri may need to group with her team just to
Yes.
secure some kills.
Ahri's team fight is absolutely crazy with her 3 dashes and AoE damage. So split pushing might not be the best option for her here unless she's really confident that she can outduel multiple people, which Jarvan and Mordekaiser are setting up, being able to kill her if she pushes up. Aurelion Sol is also on his way. They are just looking to be able to catch this Ahri out. Aurelion Sol can ghost over the wall with his E, but Poppy, no,
It looks like
Tristana
they're
is here.
setting
This is all
something
5
up.
people. Ahri looking to get out.
Oh,
Mordekaiser ult catches her, and he's able to catch up to her. She is completely stuck, and Jarvan finishes her off. Being able to catch this Ahri is very big. They've done it twice in a row. Mordekaiser ult, very important in being able to lock her down.
And they're actually paying for the Baron here, so we're
Yes,
gonna
this
see
is
how
going
this
to be a
turns out.
fight. Amumu lands a 3-person ult. Sona
And
on
this
top
is
of it.
that
Ornn on
CC
top
chain
of
we've been
that.
seeing.
That's the CC chain. But now Jarvan comes in. He's all alone, though. He can't do anything because his team is already gone. Amumu going in behind alone. They might get caught by that. Jinx just trying to push this in. They are trying desperately to get out. Poppy ulting them away. That's amazing. Maybe they can do something as the Ornn and Amumu are here. Tristana jumps in. She's stuck now. Poppy alone. The Jarvan can't come up to her and gets picked off by the Amumu. Jarvan now may also die to the Amumu as well. Dodges on those bandage tosses. That was very good dodging and spacing by the Jarvan.
Ahri's teleporting mid now, and yeah.
They
that's
could look
not
for the
good.
Baron here because Jarvan has to back. They
They
could
don't
get
have
it
any
free.
vision on it.
Yep. Looks like they're just going to go for that Baron. Ahri is
Okay.
pushing mid as well, so they're going to have to respond to that, and they can't just go straight for the Baron. For some reason, 3 people decided to go to bot lane. Maybe they're just trying to push that out hard while they get the rest of the map. Mordekaiser was trying to go to it, but it's too late. No one's there to catch mid-wave for blue
Ahri's
team.
heading
And
into their jungle.
might
This
catch
could
this
actually
Mordekaiser
be-
here. She saw him. and they run right into each other. He immediately ults her, as this is like the best way he can catch the Ahri. She does a ton of damage. Will she be able to kill him? And his passive is just too powerful. He catches
is-
up to her.
The strength of the Ahri is actually quite diminished now. She's
The only
kind of falling
person that
off.
can beat him, though, is the Mordekaiser, with his ult being able to trap her because she can't run from him. So Mordekaiser is the perfect person to pair her against. If she fights anyone else, though, she will win, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So they have to be careful to remember that the Ahri is not completely gone.
Yeah, and just mispositioning errors too that
Yes.
kind of screwed her over.
I was very unlucky walking into the pit, right
Yeah.
where Mordekaiser was taking blue buff.
Okay, so we've got some recalls after they push the mid wave, and it may look like they're actually just trying to reset for a team fight.
There is a enormous gold disadvantage on blue side. It's almost 4K. You can see here that Ahri her bounty was taken, but everyone else on their team is still at large and worth a lot of gold. Haven't been killed in a long time. It looks like it's going to be a 5v5 at the Dragon. Aurelion Sol's not there yet, though. Red team has amazing vision. No, blue
Oh,
team
and
has
we're getting a pick on.
they caught the Mordekaiser at the very beginning. He ults somebody to get out. We can't see Amumu. He ulted the Amumu at the beginning, but now he's going to be caught behind the entire enemy team. Ahri's looking for that, and he is just taken out. The entire blue team just left, and they are not looking to fight that. Ahri ult is down. I don't think Amumu ulted, and Ornn also ulted as well.
Aurelion still has his ult up,
Jarvan
so it
could be
looks
looking
like they're
for the
actually
steal
looking
here.
for a steal.
He did steal
Oh,
it again.
right.
The
The three-man
Aurelion Sol ult
knockout.
tried to take it over the top, but it just wasn't enough damage to do anything. But this Jarvan is really on point with his smite.
That's the second dragon steal,
Yes,
and,
and
it's
that
just
is
actually
their
awesome.
soul. Very good for the Jarvan.
This is really going to delay the game, and it's going to make their team fight better because it is Hextech Soul.
Yes, it will help their team fight, but we also have to consider that this means the next dragon will be Elder, which could be game changing here. Depending on who gets Elder, they could win the next fight and then just push it down and end.
Yeah, it's really possible.
Baron just ran out, so they can't quite siege as well as they want to. Aurelion Sol has a lot of stacks, as we can see.
Yes.
He's
This
going to be
Aurelion Sol
scaling.
has just been being so just on point with his stacks, and it's actually looking really terrifying.
Yes, you can see his farm is absolutely amazing. Best in the game. Closely followed by the Ahri, but 250 gold is quite good. Whereas we're looking at the other people at slightly lower farm. Okay, looks like they're traveling around with 5 people. Both teams are at the moment.
Yeah, I think it would be really bad for one person to just get picked here. So they kind of
3
need
people
to
going
stick
in
together.
here. Looks like they're looking for a pick on this Ahri potentially.
And this-
She has no idea they're there. If she just sees the Jarvan, she could try and go in. She does get an enormous burst
Gosh.
on that Jarvan.
That is insane damage.
Yes, that buff on her Ravdon's Death Cap from the Ornn is just devastating. She can burst almost anyone.
Yeah. And it's really hard to itemize against because of that true damage. And even if you did build full magic resist, that Jinx is still looking very scary.
Yes, the Jinx is nothing to laugh at either. And Amumu is just such a big deal with the CC he can provide for the entire team. And he's very on point with his bandage tosses.
Yes, you can tell his
They're
team has
just
been
going
practicing
hard
CG
for
chains.
this. There's the teleport in by the
Ornn?
Ornn, and Tristana actually hit the Jinx out. Jarvan ults to that. Amumu ults, and he has caught Aurelion Sol ults
Yeah.
everyone else, stopping them from rejoining the fight with a
Jarvan
Jarvan.
is behind
They didn't
them,
get the Sona,
and
but they
it
caught the
looks like they
Amumu
can
here.
catch the Amumu
Mordekaiser
and kill
ulted him,
him.
so that Jarvan is waiting outside to be able to finish off the kill, and they get him as well. Ahri rejoins just barely too late, and she's unable to do anything. However, Mordekaiser ult is down, which is her biggest concern.
That Mordekaiser passive with the Rabadons is just devastating.
Yes, it's very, very big. They definitely played that fight very well with Jarvan being able to get back on the Jinx, taking her out. They got a lot of shutdowns from that, both Jinx and Amumu's shutdown. The gold difference is still about 4K, which is very big, but they'll see if they can catch back up. Couple
Yeah.
lucky picks and they can get them.
And like stall is the name of the game here, where
Yes, definitely. They're stalling and just waiting for Aurelion Sol to get his passive built up. It's another really long game.
the objective is Baron Nashor, so we're going to see them maybe position towards this.
It definitely does look like they're heading for this. Everyone on the red team is going for it. It would be very good if the blue team could just keep pushing bot, because I don't think they could win a fight there, but they are instead going straight for this Baron
Yes.
fight.
This
If Jarvan
is-
gets caught here, it would be really bad. He could look for the steal potentially, even if they lose.
And here we
Mordekaiser
go with the
looking for
ult.
the
If he
Ahri
can
at
just
the
get
very
this
beginning.
pick, it's going
She's
to
trying
be
to escape, but he
insane.
just takes her out at the very beginning. That is huge for their team.
And we also see
Mordekaiser's shield
two
keeps him
ults.
alive. Jarvan ults back onto the
Oh,
back
that
line,
is what we
gets
wanted to
both of
see.
them. Aurelion Sol follows it up with his own stun, and
This
they
is
wipe
great.
the team completely. Ornn was just not able to get in there, and they get a Baron for free. That was an
Yeah.
amazing fight played by the blue team.
Between the Jarvan ult and the Aurelion Sol, they have just so much lockdown and disruption in team
They are
fights.
melting this Baron with the Aurelion Sol. They might be able to just push it down mid lane after this, but they are choosing to reset here. Ornn backed as well.
We gotta also watch out for that Mordekaiser R like all the time, because
Yes.
it's just so easy to just
Mordekaiser
pick
can
someone
beat
out.
Ahri in this in his realm, so it's definitely something Ahri has to watch out for, because as soon as she's caught, it's the fight.
And
They're pushing
yeah.
it down, which is really exactly what they want to be doing. They need to keep this pressure up. They're going to have to decide whether they're going to go mid or stop the Mordekaiser top lane. Looks like Ahri is going there, but Mordekaiser's ult is up again, as we can see. So he can just ult her again when she comes back.
we can see that Deshana just absolutely destroys
Melting
tower.
that tower. So they got 2 towers, it looks like, from that.
That's a really
And
good
Elder is
push.
up now. Blue team is already rotated to that. They can look for a pick on the Amumu because he's coming in alone. But
Yeah.
it looks like Amumu's waiting for his team
And
to
they have
follow
some
in.
really good deep vision there,
Mordekaiser and
too.
Tristana are on their way. Ahri is not in the fight. She has teleport to get there.
Aurelion
and
Sol
she's
has
heading
his
her-
big ult.
She's heading their way.
Okay, and they're
They're
sitting
waiting in the bush, but they have
on
vision
ward.
on it. They know their entire team is there. They
And then
catch 2
great-
people out.
Oh
A big
my
Aurelion Sol ult.
gosh.
Ahri is not here yet. She's just barely teleporting into the back.
That
Someone
Jarvan
knocked
just
back. Ahri
absolutely
comes in from the side from
impossible.
behind, and she kills 2 people. Mordekaiser he's already ulted, but now Ahri is all alone. She might be able to turn this around.
The
Great
Zodiac.
Zonias, and it saves the Aurelion Sol's life on point. Definitely exactly what he needed there.
Oh
If Ahri had
my
gotten the
gosh.
reset from the kill, it might have been able to get them all. She's still threatening this this fight here.
Yeah.
I
And
don't think they can take the Elder with the Ahri threat. Aurelion Sol doing damage from behind. Ahri can't reach him because she doesn't have her ult yet. She doesn't have flash either. Looks like Aurelion Sol is just trying to kill her. He almost got her. She is forced to back up, but now Aurelion Sol can't reach inside the pit. And
Yeah,
they're
just
just
have to
going
wait
to
for
back
Elder.
up on the Elder. No one gets Elder yet, but both teams still have vision on it.
that was an insane team fight with the Jarvan ult
Yes.
just absolutely making it impossible for people to escape.
Jarvan is really good at getting onto the back line, and Mordekaiser is just throwing them into chaos. They're team fighting this very well. Looks like both teams are yet again rushing to the Elder fight. We have cooldowns on the the Tristana ult is just coming back up, and everyone else has their ults, it looks like, except for Poppy, who has a couple more seconds on it. Both teams are just waiting for the other to make a move. Ari is the only person not waiting in a bush right now, and she's pushing mid just a bit. They're both waiting for the other team to wander in
They both know
blind.
where each other is. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what
This
happens.
is an exciting standoff with them sitting in the bushes.
I wonder how long we'll be here.
No, neither team is making the first move. Jarvan is splitting up. Tristana left. They've
We're just
lost
gonna
patience
see what
and
happens.
are just going back to pushing their lanes.
Well, Lulu does a little like dance around there, trying to see if he's gonna go for it or not.
Red team is still waiting. Ari is just going to leave. Aurelion Sol going for top, which is very smart actually, because looks like red team is just waiting here, wasting nearly an entire minute just sitting in this bush. They're not getting anything for this, whereas blue team has already started pushing. They're going to get a lot of pressure from this. They don't want to fight this, though. They are 5v4. Mumu catches the Mordekaiser. He doesn't want to ult yet. He wants to save that for the Ahri. Sona uses her
That's
ult.
3
Charm
ults.
and catch on the Jarvan, but he gets out. They're
That is
just
a
trying to
giant
stall
E.
this.
They just can't
Aurelion
keep
Sol
it up.
is back now. Nothing is happening, and they just back out.
I like to point out Aurelion Sol's farm is actually just getting better and better. It's kind of crazy.
He's definitely surpassing the farm of the rest. Red team has gone back to their favorite bush, and they are sitting and waiting for the other team to make a move, and blue team is doing the same. Blue team splits up yet again, and we're going to see what happens here. Both teams are just dancing around this Elder, with neither really willing to take this. Blue team has gained a 4K advantage. They've flipped it from being behind and are now ahead in the gold because no gold is gained by sitting in this bush here. But that's if they can get a pick on someone, it will be worth it. But yeah, as of yet, nothing is happening. Orange started to push bot, which is definitely
this
smart.
isn't-
They're going to draw some pressure by that. Mordekaiser walks up, but nothing happens. Just going to push the mid lane. They definitely want to push these lanes out. Dragon is important, but in the end, the actual goal of the game is the Nexus, and that's what they want to be looking for.
I mean, while they were sitting in the bush, Aurelion Skull got Raventons, and many others got full HP and items.
Yes, they bought a lot. They've reset. Red team has yet to reset. Ornn is leaving as a fight might just break out. He might not be here for it. He
Jinx
does have
is
teleport
mid
in
lane,
though.
So she is. Their ults are about up.
All the cooldowns are coming back up. Jarvan flashes down. Aurelion flashes down. Jinx's flash is coming up right about now. This Elder is really causing a lot of stress in this game. If Poppy could just keep pushing out this bot wave and Aurelion still could push mid. These people have been sitting in this bush for nearly 2 minutes.
You'd think you'd get a bit bored. I mean,
Yes, they're now finally moving to another bush with a ward in it, and are gonna push mid. Aurelion Sol is coming back, deciding to not push top lane.
I mean, eventually Aurelion Sol's gonna have his big ult again, and then they can just basically instantly win a team fight.
Yes, Mordekaiser might get caught here. They did ward that bush now, so there's no more sitting there as 5 people. So they move up a bush.
I think you guys might have realized the outcome of this game.
They're just waiting for this Elder. Aurelion Sol's big ult is not there yet.
And
They
we
could
see a
get a catch on the Jarvan.
Oh,
Jarvan goes
dear.
in. He gets caught almost
That is-
instantly. They take him out.
oh,
Amumu ults
no.
4 people. Aurelion Sol hit his big ult, but they can't go in on this. That was an amazing catch, and Ahri
Man.
gets them as well. Aurelion Sol is the only person left. They lost 4 for nothing. No one on their team died. They can just push it down with Aurelion Sol being the only person to defend. His ult is not up yet either. They're just ignoring the Elder and hoping to push it down mid. that fight could have been a game changer here. Aurelion Sol trying to clear them out, but they have so much magic resist. Like the Ornn just not going to take damage from that.
has to
Aurelion Sol
flash away.
uses his flash. His ult is still not up yet. He
They're
probably
full
has about
HP
10
again.
seconds, 20 seconds maybe. They're looking to just end. Ari lands a charm, and that is that. Aurelion Sol gets taken out. No one's responding for another 5 seconds.
And I think
And
that's
red
game.
team wins.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. And
That is
victory for
Scribner Snyder wins the championship of Division 3 for League of Legends. Let's look
Yeah,
at some graphs here. Well, it looks like they aren't pulling up, but you can see here we had our, where is it?
Ari, right here.
Ari, yes, thank you. She was doing a ton of damage, but as you can see here, Aurelion Sol was nearly matching her. He was doing quite good as well. It was just that last fight when they were able to catch them out, and that was the game changer.
Yeah, that Aurelion, the Aurelion Sol is just so squishy, and when you can
Yes.
get someone on top of him, like a Mumu who can just CC him, or Sona, there's not really much you can do.
Yes, as soon as they caught the Jarvan with that charm, it was just the fight. Unfortunately, they tried their
Yes.
best to cover it up, but they
And when-
just had so much damage that it was one mistake, one tiny mistake, and then it was just game.
Yeah, Jarvan was their main engage, and without that, the
Yes,
front line was just
he still
too
did get
scattered.
back there, but he died too fast because of how low he was. That they just weren't able to take out the back line like they did before.
Yeah, it's was a really good game.
It was very close with how long it went. It was really just that last fight.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of thought that Sniper was going to win from the start, but they really were able to turn it around, and it was
Yes.
actually awesome to watch.
Definitely
truly.
another comeback and 2 long games back to back for Snyder. They went
Yes.
over 40 minutes, I believe.
I'm quite excited just watching it.
This game almost went 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a crazy long game. I want to thank you two for coming on and casting that game. A great game, and that is our Division 3 and 4 state championship. Scribner Snyder walking away with back-to-back state champions again. Last year's state champions, and now this year's state champions. So congrats to Scribner Snyder. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for the awards of Division 3 and 4 League of Legends.